How did my whole apartment complex get our property manager fired? Bratcher wasn't just strict, he was drunk on the tiny bit of authority he had. He took over our building the year I moved in, and immediately started stripping out everything that made the place livable. Killed the annual courtyard cookout because someone left a paper plate on a bench. Banned unapproved items from balconies, which meant plants. Locked the community room pending review for 8 months. So when he announced there'd be no 4th of July gathering in the courtyard, nobody was surprised, just furious. I'm in Arizona, so I was already sitting under a ceiling fan when the notice went up on every door. No organized gatherings in common areas. Violators subject to lease enforcement. I will be monitoring. My neighbor Teddy crumpled his and said, "This guy is unbelievable." By that evening, the building group chat had 200 messages. That cookout was the one thing the older residents looked forward to. Mrs. Iyer had been making the same dessert for it since 2009. Then a woman on the second floor named Renata typed something that changed everything. What if we don't gather? What if we just carry things around? I thought it was a joke. Then she explained, bring items into the building that look like party supplies. Never use them. Never assemble. Just walk through the lobby with them. Put them on our own balconies. And let Bratcher lose his mind over nothing. You cannot get written up for carrying an object into your own apartment. The chat exploded. By morning, 90 units were in. Monday, everyone came home from work carrying a folding chair. Just one, each. Nobody unfolded anything. We each walked one folding chair up to our own unit. Bratcher was in the lobby by 5:30, red-faced, asking people what they were planning. Nothing, sir. Just bought a chair. By Tuesday morning, there was a notice. Folding furniture may not be stored on balconies or in common areas. Remove immediately. We complied. Every chair went back inside. Tuesday was coolers. Wednesday was extension cords. Thursday was those big aluminum foil catering trays, which produced a notice so unhinged it referenced combustible materials. By then, the maintenance guys were openly laughing. One of them told me Bratcher had started photographing balconies from the parking lot with a work camera. Friday was the finale. The forecast was 114 degrees. Not unusual for July here, but 114 is 114. Every unit came home carrying a case of bottled water, not sharing it, not stacking it. Each household walking a single case up to their own door. Bratcher lost it. He was in the stairwell by 4 in the afternoon telling people that bulk supplies indicate an unapproved event, and that anything visible from a walkway would be removed. Mrs. Iyer, who is 79, told him she buys water every week because the tap tastes like a penny. He had maintenance collected anyway. Cases of water stacked in the leasing office, floor to counter. And that's when the actual plan happened. Because 2 days earlier, the building's evaporative cooling had gone down on the 3rd floor and hadn't been repaired, which Bratcher had been ignoring for 9 days, despite a dozen written requests we'd all been careful to submit through the portal, timestamped. At 6 p.m., 40 of us posted at the same time. Photos of the water stacked in the leasing office. Screenshots of the 114-degree forecast. Screenshots of 9 days of ignored cooling repair tickets. The ages of the residents on the 3rd floor, several of whom are over 80. We tagged every news outlet in the metro and the state housing department. A local station had someone in the parking lot by 8 the next morning. I was on my balcony when Bratcher came out to meet the camera. He'd clearly been told to handle it himself. The reporter asked him why he'd removed residents' drinking water during an excessive heat warning, while a cooling system had been down for over a week. He stammered. He said something about lease compliance. Then, on camera, he unscrewed the cap of the Fiji bottle he'd been holding the whole time and took a drink. That clip ran on the 11 o'clock news. The management company put out a statement within 36 hours. Bratcher was gone by the end of the month, and the regional office sent someone to inventory every open work order in the building. 3rd floor cooling was fixed in 4 days. We had the courtyard cookout in September when it dropped below 100. Mrs. Iyer brought her dessert. 80 people came. The new manager brought folding chairs.